the word hammer had led to ham, and ham is an unfortunate word, but it's a word we can't escape. It indicates mediocrity or bad acting and all those other things that go with it.
VK4 Delta Japan Delta, VK4 Delta Japan Delta. Are you there, gentlemen, on frequency? This is Al, Victor Kilo 4 Sugar Sugar. On the frequency, if you copy me, will you come right back, mate?
Telephone, pick that up loud and clear. Misdeeds and misdeeds of Al, Sugar Sugar. A crystal set.
Hello, is that Alan? It's Jonathan here.
Amateur radio, and wireless itself, was hardly global. It was becoming, but huge amounts of frequency and spectrum was an unknown abyss, fog in the head. Well, some people looked at it as sort of another newfangled piece of apparatus that would disappear. My father took that view, and there was so much unexplored territory that the interest was high. These are people who wanted to see just how wireless worked. So it has there's an awful lot to be said. Well, let me go back to my young mind. The AVC, the AVC, the AVC, right on the riverbank. It's a wonderful hobby to have. It's self-educational. Telephone. I was born at South Bank, West South Bank, right on the riverbank, Brisbane. In my 8th year, it would be there, I first heard the word wireless and said he would give me a whole bag of parts to make up a crystal set and some books, etc. They were training me to go through uni to become a doctor of medicine. Well, it sort of switched to wireless at that point. Well, in 40 years, I was absolutely taken aback, couldn't understand, bewildered. How? A crystal set? How can you get voice, sound, music through all this space with no wires? Well, that's what intrigued me, and being a curious sort of a kid, I had to find out more. Of course, I wasn't as old as I am now. To find out more, my brain seemed to be wired up for that sound. I was absolutely taken aback, couldn't understand, bewildered. How? What role does chance play in a man's life? More than people think they can run all day, and you can call them amateur for myself, using the bands, the AM band at that time, Crystal. But the first national station was due to come on air there in 1925, about June. Well, that gave me just enough time to get this crystal set put together and get the gardener on our property, Blair South Bank, to erect a magnificent antenna. That's where I did score. It was a beautiful spot to have. Picked that up loud and clear. I did manage to hear the first broadcast ever from 4QG. The UHF bands, and sure enough, the Brisbane touring as it was in those days.
Quite 100% copy 5x9.
Pretty well said what it was in my mind, that the transmission was quite clear, but some improvements would need to be made. And one of my first jobs up at 4QG, when I finally got onto the staff, was to try and ABC, PMG, technician, find the bugs that were getting into the audio system, the audio job away from the RF. The ABC came to Brisbane.
My QDH is near the city of Brisbane.
1932. It started in Sydney, of course. Brisbane. Another reason would be to accommodate the ABC, because it was quite a big collection of artists and performers and all sorts. At the beginning of the war, I was about 12, and I only had a valve receiver. Well, I was really 8 when I first heard the word wireless. We both went to war. 10, unfortunately, my mother died suddenly. I often wonder how much of my problems now are hangover from 6 years in the war. I still suffer from PTSD. I'm still on medication. And the army still doesn't want to know because it was only 78 acetate discs and bakelite discs, and we had to actually cut any relay from the south. We had to actually cut the sound into a type of bakelite disc. There was no tape. The wire recorder, which were a menace for anybody going out on OBs, didn't come in until I was about to enter the armed service. Well, there was a series of mostly rescue events, traumatic events. I also managed to pull off a bit of a scoop. There was the biggest ever earthquake in New Zealand occurred when I'd be about 12, and I remember picking it up here on radio. And by the way, by this time, even using a crystal set and using a larger coil, I was able to tune down to medication. Ships band on 600 metres, and I very quickly taught myself the Morse code. So by the time I was 10 or so, I could read most of what was being said from the ship. So I got into that very early. I seemed to have a brain seemed to be wired up for that sound. How? I showed myself at the PMG examination rooms, announced that I was 15 and I would like to be able to sit for my AOCP, ham licence in other words. Simply said go away and come back later. So I didn't get my ticket until I was 17. I've been doing a bit of piracy because I had my rig built, all home built. 67 years of ham radio. 4QG, 4BC, 4BK, 4BH, 4GC to BH, 4QG, 4BC, BK, 4BC, 4BC, GC to BH. I began to hear more and more the overseas stations, and I began to want to talk to them more and more. So I switched to the higher frequency bands. That was distinct from 40, 20, 40, 20, 20, and I began to work in the air contest, civilian contest, 20 accumulating awards. I'm still going on there most days. I think there'd be 600 metres of QSL cards in my shack after 67 or more years of being on the air, and I've had over 100,000 consoles and rare voices, a million words published. I served on magazines here, there, and everywhere. Counts to later. Two of the most famous, three of those that have gone in history. That's Finity, LJ, Vern Canard, and the PMG engineer, excellent, above everybody else in brains. 4FK, Tom Elliott, the great famous TV creator, put on the first TV programs here. He was 4CM. And of course you get a magnificent QSL card. That's a hobby that's really got something going for it, hasn't it? And blocked by a cyclone. On the shortwave bands I picked up one day on Morse, a fella sending Mayday, and he was saying that Brisbane had been flattened, the post office was just a pile of rubble, no community roads are all impassable, broken to pieces. Rules, and he, for the frequencies, using batteries and a makeshift antenna, was trying to inform the world of what had happened. I remember I was 12 and I was skinny and looked hopeless, and we're now into the new model SSB, which we're told that's going to go too. But the government, of course, added another band, took some off, changed this and did that. I tried to promote 40 radio in any way that I could. There's never been a sort of a sympathetic attitude. It's been changed fundamentally, disillusioning us to a degree, by the government. But they certainly don't, and all said, unless you have a radio to go to, and you're just sitting there as a public service, you can't expect to get yourself into my head and understand how I feel about what I'm still on air most days all my life. So we're going to lose it. We've lost some, and we're going to lose new challenges in this new electronic age. Is becoming hard, and you know, you buy everything over the counter. As much DX, you've built your power supplies, then your audio equipment, and then your PA. The world has become a sophisticated bubble, and you had your antennas, commercial receivers and everything that you can buy over the counter now. Like it's the age of instant everything. Talking where when people want something, they just can't. You buy everything over the counter. Amateur radio may come back in a different form. Mesh radio, have you heard of that? It's been an incredible lesson in geography. I feel as though I could almost go to the university and take out some degrees. It's another monster. It's a taste of all these various spots around the world. Being old, there are some things that you like to get off your chest before you shuffle off this earth.
So if that's all for now, I'll say 73s to you, mate.